Welcome back to the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. I'm Ernest. I'm not in my red suit today because a previous customer that I have is just going to come by for a quick diagnosis. And I'm still recovering from surgery, so I don't want to put my suit on and just have to deal with all that. I'm just going to have him come by here. I've actually got a bunch of scan tools that I'm trying out for different companies. Good job. Yeah, I've got a bunch of scan tools I'm using for different companies. That's actually the one I'm gonna use in this video. So I'll give you an honest look at it. If I like it and that's one that you've been interested in buying, hopefully that becomes a sort of a little, please don't step on it. That becomes sort of a little, you know, look at it if you can't, you know, because sometimes you try and buy something, you just can't find much information on it or a video that actually shows how it looks. So here's a look at it. He'll be here in just a minute. We're gonna go ahead and get started and plug it into his car and see if we can figure it out. It's gonna be pretty weird, I think, because basically there's like a bunch of lights turned on the dash. He sent me a picture of like TPMS, service lights. So some of those aren't super concerning for loss of power, but his concern is he can't make it up the hills around here to go like to Salt Lake City. You have to go up a mountain kind of on the interstate. He said the car barely will make it over the hill. So that's interesting. We're gonna see if we can figure it out. All right, welcome back to the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. Quick video here today. Probably should just be a few minutes, but we have a customer who stopped by here and the story goes that his car feels like it's lost quite a bit of power. We've got a Civic here, and we have a bunch of lights that have illuminated on the dash here. So we've got TPMS. This brake light probably isn't constant. Yeah. The door lights are on. Let's see, TPMS and the service light there. So we're gonna check out this the codes here, the computer with this Ancel scan tool. I'll show you what it's like. And they sent me this one, so if you're interested in this scan tool, there's a little review of it. That way you can find it and reference it. If not, we'll just be using it like normal to figure out this car. Yeah, so luckily we'll get a look at a few of the features of this new scan tool. And again, main issue is figuring out what's going on with these lights here. It looks like there might be a few less than I saw in a picture that was sent to me last night. All right, we've got this plugged in here. We're gonna look at that TPMS and that little service light there. That could just be oil change. Not positive on this vehicle, so we'll see what codes it has. And yeah, I guess we'll do the satisfying film peel there. This is the first time I've looked at this scan tool. I'll show you some of the cool features of it and check out the link in the description if it looks like this is something that you'd be interested in. All right, we're connecting with the car there. Nice little indicators. Hot function or VIN scan. See that maybe TPMS might be under the hot function. There it is. Hot functions are nice. It's just a quick way to get to stuff, but we're just going to go ahead and scan the VIN so we can look at any sort of issues going on there. And that was fast out. This thing's way fast. Oh wow, this thing does a lot. Got TPMS right there. Man, it's hot. That sun's hot. Let's see, electrical powertrain, driving support, body. Okay, there's no fault codes on the thing there, unless that's the... Holy smokes, this has a ton of data points. 131. Wow, I really like the scan tool so far. And this is honest opinion, just giving you a look at it. Basically, I accept free scan tools from companies just in case, you know, there's something you've been looking for. I can at least show you how it works before you buy it. What's this, some bidirectional stuff here? We'll see. I think this has bidirectional stuff. Oh yeah, that was bidirectional. Fuel pump. 5 seconds. Was that 5 minutes? Wow, yeah, that's nice. Okay, so there's a look. It's got bidirectional stuff. And actually, he said that he had a code earlier for transmission fluids. Let's see if we got any transmission here. There we are. Okay, so he said he had a code earlier for automatic transmission. So we don't have anything here. But we do have functional tests we should be able to see. Shift solenoid test, dark clutch status. I mean, yeah, I mean, basically with shift solenoid tests, you just listen for them by 3 seconds, and yeah, you're just testing circuits. You can usually do an audible test on those as well, but I doubt that's the issue, so I'm not really gonna get into that. But there's a look at bidirectional stuff. Yeah, man, this thing's awesome. I'll read through some statistics on this, but so far, super impressed with the speed. This thing, like, as soon as I touch a button, is ready to go, and it does quite a bit. Okay, so here's the issue we've got here is that TPMS stuff. And let's see why we got that light on there. Permanent right front tire, front left tire, rear right, rear left, front right, sensor transmission malfunction. This is the only one with the transmission sensor malfunction. Either all of these tires really are low, or we've got a issue with the receiver on these not picking up any of these signals, because very unlikely that all 4 of these went out at the same time. But we got a nice data list on just the TPMS stuff here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just select all of these and we'll just look through the data. Okay, so here we go. Screen recording's awesome on this. We'll pull up a graph on these, but you can also merge waveforms, and hopefully what I hope is that the data points populate quickly on this, because my biggest concern with cheap scan tools is the rate at which those graphs populate, because you'll get conflicting readings sometimes, if especially something like O2 sensors that bounce up and down. If it's not populating quickly enough, you'll get some that, both times it populates, it'll be on the downside, and so you'll get gaps in your readings. But normal battery status, normal on that one. So we'll check the battery status on all these before we go into the graph. Undefined signal, that may be the issue. It looks like all these signals are undefined. I'm not super familiar with TPMS stuff, so I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be defined signals. That way the receiver can pick them up. Looks like these are all maxed out. So sensor ID. Okay, so they may just need to be recoded. If we had to do that, I don't have a coder with this, but I'm sure you could probably get one. And I have one with another scan tool, but I haven't even used it. I don't know how to do that stuff. Man, this sun is hot. Okay, there we go. There's our graphs right there. I was wondering how you get to the actual graphing part. And so far so good. That looks like it's populating quickly. We'll close that probably just by touching on it. Maybe when you open it, Or maybe if you touch another one, that one closes. Let's see. Oh, gotta actually touch the blue thing. Cool. Okay, so you can open multiples like that, but we can also do this apparently. Let's see if I can figure it out. Merge the waveforms, data flow items. So you gotta select 2, so probably have to deselect those. And actually, we'll just do like tire 2 pressure with tire 1 pressure. They should be even, since they're probably not reading air temperature. Close that. And see if we can merge those. Cool. And that's just going to be an even line because they're just reading the same pressure. They're sitting here. But that's pretty cool. Oh, you could probably change colors too. Yeah, you could change colors. Let's actually turn the engine on and look at something doing that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll just choose some O2 sensors here because those usually flip-flop. Those will be cool to look at together. I've got to go through 131 data points. This is pretty much pulling all the info you could need on this. And doing bidirectional stuff, this is awesome. Anyways, I'm not trying to sell you this tool. I do endorse it. From what I've seen so far, I really like it. Ask me in the comments down below if I still like it, if you're wondering about it in a couple weeks. And again, I'll tell you just a little bit more about it. It's got like a camera and stuff. It does have a manual plug-in, so it's not a Bluetooth dongle, but I don't have an issue with that. It's got a camera, little stand. So pull up this data here. All right, there's our O2 sensor stuff. So we probably don't even have to watch them here while we merge them. Nice. Now watch this. Wait, let's set colors. So we'll do like one blue, like that. And then I probably could have done that at the same time, like a red. You can record it too. So you can record it and send it. I believe they have emails installed on this, so you can send reports to your email. There you go. Wow, that's populating super fast. That's like way fast. Combine those again. There they go. They're flip-flopping. That's what you'd expect. This graph's gonna have to, yeah, I'm sure you can set the parameters, but now that it's picking up the speed that it's actually coming out on, it's slowing that down a little bit for us, but that is populating super fast. I'm very pleased with that. That's my biggest issue with a lot of these scan tools, is like the cheap ones, is how slow that these populate when you need to watch the actual peaks in the graph like this. It's awesome. Man, I'm super impressed. I only had to include this for a minute or so. Again, I just kind of like to show them to you guys, and I was hesitant to say yes because I'm like, I don't know how much the viewers want to see like scan tool after scan tool, but my theory was, I'm like, I'll just show you guys scan tools that I get in case you're really interested in buying one. But I was like gonna be done with the video here. I'm actually just going through all the data points looking for anything that looks unusual, because I honestly don't see anything that would explain why this has a lack of power. But the reason I started this video again, it's just tickling me how fast these data points generate. Just look at this, just moving super fast. Yeah, it's really just super responsive. Watch, we'll go back up. That's the MAF sensor, and I give it gas. It really just picks up that signal so fast it changes. So I've never had a scan tool that generates data points this quickly. Okay, we're just gonna go on a test drive. I don't really understand how it's lacking power, and I don't see anything that looks like it's supposed to lack power, so I'll let you know what I think. We actually have, we can show the page here. So we actually have the owner's manual for the maintenance sub items. That's what that little wrench light is. And we have A1 and 3, and basically just a rotation tire, a warning, not warning, like reminder, and also a replace transmission fluid reminder. But that shouldn't, well, you know, I'm gonna look at the transmission fluid, but that shouldn't, you know, explain why we have low power. So we'll see how this goes here. Okay, I've pulled out a couple of data points here that I think are important to look at when we're on this test drive. I can actually record them here. I'm also just going to get into the electrical powertrain here because it doesn't accelerate quickly. I'm not super familiar with the Hondas or with these hybrids, so it could be an issue of if the acceleration starts off with that hybrid motor, it could be a hybrid motor issue. So there's no fault codes there. Motor speed, I guess we can check that one out. I'm no whiz at this stuff, so if I don't figure it out, somebody else, probably the dealership's gonna look at it. But you know, if you see something down below and you know what it is, have your moment of fame in the comments, I guess. Hasn't had a data trouble code in like 4,800 kilometers. I could probably change this into miles in the settings, but we're in kilometers right now. So this is where it gets into like limits of the IMA battery and stuff. I don't know what all that is, but looks like the temperatures are all pretty close. I know that's good. Voltage is actually pretty close on the, I'm guessing these are the 3 different cells, and 1.9, 1.92. If they're supposed to be around that, then that's good. At least they're consistent. I'm not sure what SOC is. Okay, voltage of all IMA battery modules, 183. Again, I don't know. Oh, these are the different modules. Okay, these are the different cells. So let's look through here and just make sure everything's like 16.6 volts. I should probably shut it off, I'm guessing too, because that may be charging. And then those are going to be in line, so 183. Well, and that looks like a pretty steady number there. That's not fluctuating much, which is, I'm guessing, a good thing. Okay, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary here. Let me shut this off and look at those battery, those cells, because my guess is that that's the voltage of the charging system. That's just looking at a consistent number there. And then if none of those are conclusive, then that's all I've got off the top of my head for this one. All right, well, that shut off. Those are all holding 16.6 volts. So again, not really ever gotten into those hybrid systems. Replaced a battery once. You can check out that video. I'll put it right here at the top. All right, man, I know I mentioned in the beginning of the video that it was hot, but it's nice and cool and breezy now. But anyways, just to look at the little special functions here on the scan tool. It's got 15 special functions, and basically you saw it. This is actually a super nice tool. I'm probably going to use this as my go-to just because I like the speed of it. Well, I say that I ordered another one the other day, so probably use both because I have 2 trucks. The other thing I like about this scan tool is it has a super nice camera on it, so you can actually like record stuff and save it in files to give to your customers. So there's a look at that. There's a little bit of a glare on there, but the camera is actually really nice quality for one of these scan tools. And yeah, that's it. There's a look at the scan tool. Looks like you can put a drive in the top here. if you can hear me through that breeze. Super nice scan tool. All in all, honestly, I'll give this a 6 out of 5 stars. This is like better than what I ever expected. I have other scan tools that I use that I bought, and I would give those 5 stars. This one just kind of goes above and beyond. I have other ones I really like, those 5-star ones. Some of them aren't bi-directional, but I have no issues with them. You know, I wasn't expecting them to be bi-directional, so that's why I don't want to put this one in the same category. Again, I'm not paid for this, and the reason I'm doing this is, let me get in the truck. It's supposed to rain today, but the reason I'm doing this is, again, I'm not being paid. You guys get a discount, so check out the link in the description down below if you're interested in it. Check out this tool. They had, you know, there was no expectations. They just said, hey, can you put this in a video? This video ended up being all about that scan tool because I honestly didn't even figure out the diagnosis. Everything looked fine as far as I know, and it just seems like it doesn't have enough power. So I said, hey, you're gonna have to take it to the dealership. But everything I was doing was looking at that scan tool. It wasn't like, you know, I wasn't walking around. I did check the fluids and they looked fine if I didn't put that in the video. Half the people on my channel are mechanics, and honestly, I'm just blown away by the speed that this thing populates data. And that's why I think it's gonna be one of my go-to, like, big problem scan tools, because I love the graphing feature, super fast. And we'll see, we'll compare it. I've got another one coming in the video that I do with that one. I may actually compare them, but I've got another one from ThinkScan coming as well that I ordered the other day when they had the Prime Day. They gave me a deal I couldn't resist. That aside, I'll give you an honest review. I may end up using this one over that one. So we'll see how it goes. And thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. I'm Ernest. We'll see you on the next episode.